Let's now see precedence and associativity coming to comparison operations. Now when we talk about comparison operations, it is little bit tricky in Python. There will be a concept called chaining coming into picture, which is very new to you. So I'll explain you what chaining is, but then associativity is left to right, which means, what do I mean by left to right is, okay, here it is chaining. I'll show you later with some other example, but let's first look at chaining. What is chaining is, if this is written like this, 3 is greater than 2 is equal to true, this is evaluated as 3 is greater than 2 and 2 is equal to true. These two conditions, even though it is actually a chain, it is expanded like this. So this one is evaluated and this one is evaluated. So when you look at chaining, the concept of associativity goes for a toss. You cannot say that 2 is left associative, or this is left associative or this is right associative. It is a chain. It is special. You have to remember this in Python, that it is special. Now what is the value of it? 3 is greater than 2 is true and 2 is equal to true is false. So true and false is false. True and false is false. Now let us see without chaining. Now let us say you have parenthesis. 3 is greater than 2 is equal to true. In this case, there will be no chaining. 2 is greater than 2, 3 is greater than 2 will become true. Now here also we have true. Now both of them are equal. Therefore the answer is true. So this is without chaining, with parenthesis. When you apply chaining, it will be different. I hope you are getting it. We'll do a lot of examples, you understand, okay? Now look at this. There will be chaining. There is no parenthesis, so there will be chaining, right? So what is the chain? So 3 is greater than 2 and 3 is greater than 2 and 2 is equal to 2. 3 is greater than 2 and 2 is equal to 2. Now what is the value of this? True. What is the value of this? True. Therefore both of them are ANDing. We are using AND in between, right? When both of them are ANDing, the result is true. Because there is no parenthesis, it is chaining, right? Now when you put parenthesis, it is different again. When you put parenthesis, 3 is greater than 2, which means it is true. 3 is greater than 2, right? Therefore it is true. Now 2 and 3 and true and t will be compared. Both are not equal, that is why it is false. So when you put parenthesis it behaves some way, and when you don't put parenthesis it behaves some way, okay? So if the expressions are without parenthesis, then Python will use chaining, which means if you don't write parenthesis in the expression, Python will use chaining. But if you write parenthesis, then Python will put parenthesis in priority, okay? That is something important which is very different from other programming languages that you have to know if you are planning for an interview or career in Python, okay? So logical NOT. So logical NOT is very simple. When you apply NOT, true will become false and false will become true. And anyway, associativity is right to left. Okay. So what do I mean by that? 3 is greater than 5. Is 3 greater than 5? Yes, 3 is greater than 5. 3 is greater than 5. Now, that is, sorry, 3 is greater than 5 is false. So this is false. What is not of false? True. That is why we got true here. Okay. Sorry. And now logical AND. So logical AND is left to right associative. And then if AND operation, what happens with logical AND is, how can I explain you something? Okay, let me take you this example first. So 3 is greater than 2. Yes, this is true. Then it will check the next condition. 4 is greater than 5. It is false. 4 is not greater than 5. Therefore, false is evaluated. This one you understood it, right? But then what happens with Python is, if I have something like this, 4 is greater than 5 and let us say 3 is greater than 2 is there. Now what happens in Python is, 4 is greater than 5 will be evaluated first. Now this is false. 4 is not greater than 5. This is false. Now once it gets false, anywhere during evaluation, it will stop there, which means evaluation will stop here. This part will not be evaluated. This is just common sense. Why? Because for AND, if you get a false, why do you worry about other things? The ultimate answer will be false. It is common sense thing, right? Okay. Now coming to R, it behaves a little bit differently, right? So let us say here 3 is greater than 2. Yes, this is true. 4 is greater than 5. This is false. 4 is greater than 5 is false, right? Now the ultimate answer will be true because one of them is true. Now how will it work is, when 3 is greater than 2, when it has become true, it will stop evaluation there. It will stop evaluation there. It will not evaluate this. This will never get evaluated. Why? Because in case of R, even if I get one true, the entire expression will become true. That is the reason. Now coming to ternary operators, the associativity of ternary operators is from right to left. The associativity of ternary operators is from right to left. Now let us see this. Yes, if 3 is greater than 2, else no. If this is the ternary operator, what is the value of this? If 3 is greater than 2, this is true. So which means this if condition has become true. This if condition has become true. This if condition has become true. Therefore, the output will be yes. Therefore, the output will be yes. Now, coming to assignment operators, all the assignment operators are of same priority. We have seen assignment operators earlier also. They are all of same priority, but associativity will be from right to left, which means right side will be given higher priority. What does that mean? For example, if you write like this, x equal to y equal to 10. If you write like this, this will be right associative. So associativity is right associative, which means when y has equal on both the sides, y will be assigned to the right side of it. Y will be assigned to the right side. Y equal to 10, right? And then like this. So what actually happened here? Y is assigned a value of 10. Now the entire expression value has become 10. Therefore, x has been assigned a value of 10. We will go into depth of this later. Okay. Anyway, I think this is sufficient for you, but if you want, we can even go into depth later. Now, one thing that I want you to by heart is operator precedence table. So this is the operator precedence table, which contains all the operators that we have discussed so far. All of them are given there. All the operators are given there, and top ones are of highest priority. Parenthesis is of highest precedence, and lowest is of least precedence. Assignment happens at the end of the evaluation, right? That is why it is of least precedence. And whether they are right to left or left to right associative is all given here. So this, even you can just Google out it. If you go to Google and find and just type operator precedence table in Python, you will get this entire table, okay? And you can save it and you can stick it on a wall. And if you are serious about learning Python, just by heart it, okay? We will see some more examples. Now let us say 2 is greater than 1. So this is true. 2 is greater than 1 is true. And 1 in 1, 2, 3. Actually, I didn't explain you this in operator, but it is very easy. It is common sense. So that is why I'm using it here, but I will explain you later. So 1 in 1, 2, 3 means yes, 1 is there, which means true and true. 2 and 2 is true, right? And now 2 is greater than 3. It is true. Sorry, 2 is greater than 1. It is true. And 1 in 4, 2, 3, it is false. Now if I take true and false, it is coming to be false. And now we can talk about interning. Now let us say A equal to 259 and B equal to 259. See, what is the range of interning? The range of interning is -5 to 256 only. -5 to 256 only. When A equal to 259 and B equal to 259, when A equal to 259 and B equal to 259, when A equal to 259 and B equal to 259, 2 copies of 259 are created. And when you are using the is operator actually checks whether both of them are same objects or not. It is not about the value, it is about the objects, whether both of them are same objects or not. See, values are same but objects are different, right? So that is why when you say print A is B, it is printing false. Now if you try the same example without variables, which means here we have used variables, right? A equal to 259, B equal to 259. Let us not use them. Without using A is equal to 259, B equal to 259, if I write like this, if I write the expression like this, then what happens? Actually chaining happens here, right? So what is the chaining happens? How the chaining will happen? Chaining will happen like this. 250 is greater than 259. And 259 is 259. So actually what happens is, when it comes to literals, when it is not variables, when it comes to literals, interning will happen. So 259, for 259 only one object will be created. For 259 only one object will be created and interning will happen. Interning will happen. Therefore, what happens in this case is, this is true and this is true. Therefore, the answer will be true. Why? Because for 259, when it is a literal, when it is not a variable, only one object is created for both the 259s. That is why. Okay. Now, A equal to 259, B equal to 259, print A is B. So what will be printed? Simply false. Why? Because A is not B. These two are different objects. But then when you write like this, it will be true. Why? Because they are same objects. Now A is 100, B is 100. Print A is B. A is 100 and B is 100. Now print A is B is given. Now what happens? So here interning will happen because 100 falls in the range of -5 to 256. 100 falls in the range of -5 to 256. Therefore interning will happen. When interning happens, what happens is only one object will be created for 100, and both A as well as B will be pointing to the same object. And when the question is whether A is B, which means whether A and B are same objects, it will say yes, A and B are the same objects. Now here chaining is applied. 94 is less than 100. Chaining is applied, right? So yes, 94 is less than 100. So 94 is less than 100, and what is chaining? 100 is 100. So 94 is definitely less than 100. True. And 100 is 100 because why 100 is 100? Because when literals are used, not the variables, and if the literals are repeated, then in that case interning can be done. Therefore same object will be created 102 times. That is why it is also true. So that is why the ultimate answer is true. So A is 100, B is 100. Both of them interning is done, and A is B, it is true, and 94 is less than 100, and 100 is 100. Therefore this is also true, that is also true. The previous example only, right? So this is true because there is interning. This is true because there is interning in terms of literals. Now you have already seen this earlier. We have already seen this earlier, right? So when there is and or, I told you that and will be given higher priority than or. Okay, so and will be given higher priority. So if you look at 8, 9 and 8, which one will be given higher priority? 9 and 8. Which one will be given higher priority? And will be given higher priority, right? So what is the output of 9 and 8? So this is true and this is true. 8 means true. Whatever is the last true, that will be the value of this, which means the value of this one is 8, last to true, right? Now 6 and 5. What is the value of it? It is 5. Last true is 5. 3 and 9. What is the value of it? 9. Last value. 8 or 5 or 9. 8 or 5 or 9. Now what happens is, when 3 values are provided to R, wherever it happens to be true first time, that will be the value of the expression, right? So what is it? So 8 is true for the first time. 8 is true. 5 is true. 9 is true. But which one is true first time? 8. In fact, none of these will be executed. For a R, if it gets a true, none of it will get executed. You know what? We have already seen it, I'm just revising it. 0 is false, 0.0 is false, and a null string is false. Other than that, everything is true. Okay, anyway, we have seen this. It is just a revision kind. Guys, whatever we are doing may look simple to you, but it is not very easy. I and my team, we are working hard, very, very hard to bring this best course for free, not charging anything. So all that I ask from you is, guys, please subscribe to the channel and talk about it. Please tell about this to your friends, ask them to subscribe, and comment on the videos so that the reach will increase, right? So I know I can't force you to do that, but it is just a humble request that you please help me grow this channel. Thank you. If you want to take my GATE classes, we go to the website ravindrababu.ravula.in and you are going to see all my GATE classes available there. Okay. So coming to the classes, they are all recorded. Why am I doing recorded? Why am I not doing live classes? Is I have thousands of students registering for my courses every year. But then if I conduct a live class, only 20 or 30 people will be there. 20 or 30, that's it. Maximum is 40 I had. The reason is live classes are little bit wasting your time. See, you cannot watch a live class at 2x speed. You have to watch at the pace at which I teach. Generally, I will be very, very slow while teaching. So if you can go through the live classes, you can watch them at 2x speed and you can complete the syllabus very fast. 400 plus hours content is there for GATE, and if you are going to watch them at normal pace, it will take 400 hours. But if you watch it at 2x speed, it will take just 200 hours, right? So if you want any of my GATE classes, GATE Computer Science or GATE DA, the price is just 10,000 rupees. It is very, very reasonable for the kind of quality we provide. We have test series, we have doubt sessions, we have videos, we have lecture notes. For everything, even you don't have to write any lecture notes. I will provide you lecture notes for every subject. You just have to sit back, watch the videos at 2x speed and revise the notes. Short notes will be provided, long notes will be provided, formulas will be written in the separate notes. Everything will be there provided to you. You don't have to work hard. And coming to, if you are planning to go abroad, we also have study abroad program. You can go through my number. My number is on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is in the website. If you are planning to do masters abroad, that is a very good choice. It is better than doing masters in India. So if you are planning to go abroad, we will help you out right from taking the passport to getting the visa, US visa, right? So we will help you out in the entire process. Okay. So do visit the website, see what is happening there. Even DSA course is there for 5,000 rupees, which is both in Python and C++. Okay. So thank you so much.